I navigated life's curveballs with my heartbeat and shoes on the ground as a long-distance runner. I didn't realize the sport's physical demands wore out my joints. Rituals, strenuous workouts, and trauma exhausted my joints, causing arthritis. My legs hurt constantly, making even a short walk difficult. I found consolation in prayer and Bible verses after trying many treatments without success. When surgery was indicated, I asked my family for prayers and support. On Operation Day, I was unexpectedly calm, which caught the nurse's notice. My faith and prospect of relief gave me peace as I prepared for the operation. My consciousness blurred when I entered the surgical room due to anesthesia. I became uncomfortable and my heart started beating unevenly. Unseen forces made breathing difficult. Despite opening my eyes, I felt alienated from my body. Fear and an ongoing battle overcame me as I considered a serious drug allergy or complications. In that vital moment, I prayed for the doctor to act quickly and restore breathing and heartbeat. My agony faded as the world went silent. I opened my eyes to find myself suspended near my room's ceiling. The doctor told the nurse to bring extra blood bags. Though pale, I felt no alarm. As I passed through barriers, an elevator opened in the hallway. A man in a dark jacket with a briefcase abruptly appeared and chatted with another doctor at the operating room entrance. I forget what they talked about, but the man with the dark suit was a doctor, and they argued. An unfathomable force pulled me up through the hospital ceiling. Crossing the roof, I was above the hospital. I sailed through the city without wind after leaving the hospital. I quickly entered a cave-like area and saw a small, brilliant light ahead. Stepping into the light, I saw a man's back. An instinct drove me to follow him. His hair fell down, and he wore sandals and a scratchy white shirt. He spun with a friendly grin, inviting me closer. I felt blissful and calm as I approached. He was courteous and warm, bridging familiarity and unfamiliarity. He invited me into a contemplative discourse with a warm embrace. I was proud of my college volunteer work. Our weekly effort helped local seniors and youngsters. I organized areas, talked, and played with kids. A memorable recollection occurred while I strolled with a frail granny with health difficulties in the park. That afternoon made her smile forever, showing her the joy of helping others. However, the memories brought embarrassment and regret. I copied answers from someone else on a test due to college pressure, getting an undeserved grade. As I realized I deceived myself and my instructors, I felt guilty. Looking to Jesus, I expected judgment, yet he was kind and forgiving. Anxious, I wondered his opinion of my conduct. Jesus abruptly suggested spending time together. A flight of steps led to a beautiful rural landscape with a river and flowers. My deceased parents and grandfather gathered on the other bank. Notably, my great-grandfather, whom I never met, attended. Telepathy carried our message. Though I was excited to embrace them across the river, Jesus cautioned against it for now. As we traveled the river, we saw a beautiful Greek-style building. Grand stairs and columns adorned its white facade. Inside, brilliant white-robed people populated a massive library storing the world's information. Jesus said it was the Celestial Library. I eagerly browsed the shelves and picked up a book, only to see bright words in a foreign language. Jesus guided me through my difficulty. These volumes held various knowledge, some beyond my understanding, he said. The library offered limitless learning. I found a book with all the Earth's music notations as I investigated. The pages contained classical and contemporary scores. Jesus smiled and said that the library was a place to learn and discover latent potential, fostering personal progress. Jesus calmly reached for a book on a shelf and handed it to me. I opened it and found a detailed account of my life from childhood to the present. Jesus said, "I know every moment of your life, good or bad. I care and have always supported you." He then offered me a choice: return to Earth and continue my quest, or stay with him. I decided to stay because I liked Jesus. His care was comforting. Yes, can I see my family now? I suddenly found myself at a hospital with a doctor talking to my mother. I saw family and friends praying, each like a note to me, while their discussion was inaudible. Leaving them behind was unsettling after my father's early death and my mother's hard work raising me. I knew I had to return to this world of love despite the inner pain. Jesus clarified that going back would likely erase most memories of being there. I'm talking to Jesus casually, right? I say, "Hey, I want to head back to Earth." And he smiles, nods, and pats my head. "No worries, I've got your back. I'll always protect and guide you." I wake up in a hospital bed with a doctor examining me. I breathe deeply, satisfied that Jesus is watching over me. I spent 12 days in the hospital, believing I returned for a reason. When I get home, I tell my mom. I say, "What?" My soul traveled during surgery. I told her about this black-jacketed doctor who saved me. I told her about heaven, but Mom doubted. She's looking at me like I'm lying. The moment I mention meeting my great-grandfather up there, she gets serious. Says, describe him, every detail. I reveal his tall stature, white beard, and right eye mole. Mom is stunned because I've never met him, and there's no photo of him. She believes I saw Jesus and described great-grandpa exactly because I did. It broke her, but she now believes in heaven.